We woke in a suburb outside of Banjul to the sound of crows, taxis and stray dogs wandering the streets. We caught a ride in a small bus into central Banjul, and due to the almost unfathomable small size of the city, measuring just 12 kilometres squared, the modern touristy atmosphere is immediately replaced by 19th century British buildings lining wide roads. So, unlike Senegal, where they drink bag water,
Bag water is much better.
Weird little cups, and it costs the same, 5 Delassie. We spotted Arch 22, a commemorative building marking the bloodless coup through which Jammeh overthrew the democratically elected president. Although it was built to celebrate this event, he has since been revealed to have siphoned off millions of dollars and committed countless human rights atrocities, and is now in exile. This arch is now a museum to his reign and a memorial to his victims. On a much lighter note, our guide was a legend who insisted on taking our photo and was willing to go the extra mile for the angle. We ventured further into town and found a small bar for a beer and a meal before heading over to explore a beached ferry we had seen the previous evening. Dreams. Don basically single-handedly built some guy's house before promising to put a man in touch with some Scottish women he knew.
Yeah. Scottish girlfriend. Yeah. I know lots of Scottish girls. I'll put you in touch. How old are you? So my Senegalese number, +221.
And so we come to the beach and we see it and there's no way to get up. Can we make it onto the boat? And one guy says, go around the other way, so we go around that side, there's no way to climb up. And then we see a dude like up on the top deck and he kind of looks a bit suspicious and he's like, what are you doing? And we just say, can we come up? And he says, 1 minute, comes down with a ladder, drops the ladder down, we climb up and gives us a little tour of the boat which he's now living on. Long dem indeed. But so he has been living here living on the boat for the last 7 months, and he's going to be living on it for the next 6 when it will be finished. But that will be quite an insane feat if he does manage to finish it in 6 months. When this video will be released over a year later, the boat remains beached. And he's from Cameroon and this is his job, he fixes up boats. And yeah. Put the ladder back down, hop down. Don and Finn had a little nap next to the boat. And now we're dipping. Mental scenes in Gambia. We headed for a beach near our hotel and after living in Senegal where there are very few white people, found it bizarre walking through restaurants full of old British men and women, many of whom are here in search of young Gambian prostitutes, who perhaps have had no other way of making a living.
Old lady married with a young girl.
Trying to flee the crowds who pushed through to the beach just in time to catch the sunset.
Just like prostitutes everywhere. Oh, this is shit.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Two babs everywhere.
it's not even that, it's the problem. It's just the whole vibe.
Bad vibes, bad vibes. Alright, so we may have just walked past through the most tubabi place that I've seen in Africa. It's horrific. Old white people everywhere. People like salespeople for restaurants trying to pinch us. Disgusting. And now we're on a beach, which would be really nice if there wasn't like people trying to follow us about everywhere and get us to pay them for stuff and sell us weed. Wouldn't catch that in Senegal. But other than that, super nice people. Everyone on the bus super helpful. They're just like, yeah, get off here, get off there. Calm. Boys are at the beach, so now I get to go swim. The next morning we hopped in the back of a tuk-tuk in search of a car south to Casamance and Ziguinchor, the land of the Jola people. Our driver drove round in circles and told us we had arrived, obviously not at any garage. He hopped out and asked someone where it was, and after another while we arrived. So there's a TV blaring next to us. You probably can't hear me, but the driver had no idea where we're going, but we're here now. And we're just waiting for a van or car to take us down to the border. Hopefully we won't get fucked again. We'll see. A much more relaxed experience than its Senegalese counterparts. The garages in Gambia have no shouting or hissing, and this one had a telly to watch as you wait for the car to fill up. Loaded up the bags and south we headed. Crossing the southern border back into Senegal with no problems. We made it through the Gambia border and they didn't even ask us for any money. Just a small delay while the guards copied out our passport information by hand, one by one. When they tried to write my surname McGillivray, they wrote MCG and then they gave up and just wrote ... which is fair play. So yeah, now we're back in Senegal, back home, and we're heading down to Ziguinchor, just about to get this minibus, which is probably going to be f***ing shit. Anyway, in Brazil. The Casamance is nothing like the rest of Senegal. Palm trees, grass and thick vegetations line the road, as do custom officers who searched all the luggage in the van and gave me free water when I tried to buy some. Inside of a minibus sounds like.
So cramped. It's also very loud.
Just like people screaming. The tarmac turned to dirt. And back to tarmac as we entered Ziguinchor. The city at the heart of the Casamance separatist movement. A conflict between South and North, aiming to free the mostly Jola, Christian people of the Casamance from rule by the more affluent Wolof Muslim people. Despite multiple peace agreements followed by further fighting, the most recent peace deal in August 2022, just 4 months before filming this, seems to be holding. We arrived as the sun was setting, and after meeting Ben and Seth, 2 other volunteers living here, went to the bar opposite their house to catch the final of the World Cup. With lines to each side, the penalties were tense.
Would you like to come to my palm tree and smoke marijuana?
Ciao! We'd have to get into Senegal before Monday midnight, or they wouldn't let us in. We're on the deck now, and we're trying to figure out how to make sure no one nicks our shit.